Hello, everyone, and welcome back to our podcast where we help you learn English while discussing some of the most exciting topics in life. I'm Sophia, and today's episode is all about something that brings joy, unity, and colour to our lives: festivals.
That's right, Sophia. Hi, everyone, I'm Adam. And whether you're learning English for the first time or just trying to improve, this is the perfect place for you. Today, we're going to talk about how festivals not only connect us with our traditions, but also help us learn about different cultures and languages. Plus, it's a great way to pick up new words and phrases in English.
Exactly. We'll be discussing why festivals are so important in our lives, the joy of celebration, and how they create meaningful moments with family and friends. And along the way, you'll get to practice listening to natural English conversations. So, get comfortable and let's dive into the world of festivals, where there's always something to learn and celebrate.
Segment 1. Why do we celebrate festivals?
So, Adam, let's start with something we often take for granted. Why do we celebrate festivals? I mean, festivals are a part of every culture, every corner of the world. But what's the deeper reason behind them? Why do they hold such a special place in our lives?
That's a great question, Sophia. Festivals aren't just days to relax or take a break from work. They go much deeper. They're like the heartbeat of our culture and communities. When we celebrate festivals, we're actually celebrating our history, our values, and everything that makes us who we are. It's a way of passing down traditions from one generation to the next.
Exactly. And what's amazing is how festivals help us stay connected to our roots, even in today's fast-paced world. In many ways, they remind us of where we come from. Take, for example, festivals like Christmas or Diwali. These aren't just days marked on a calendar. They're filled with symbolism and meaning, whether it's the lighting of candles, sharing meals, or offering prayers.
Totally. Festivals give us the chance to slow down, reflect, and remember what's important. It's like a reset button for our busy lives. But beyond the traditions, festivals are also about celebration and joy. People come together to celebrate life, achievements, family, and community. It's one of the few times when everyone forgets the everyday worries and focuses on the good things.
And that's exactly what makes them so powerful. Festivals create a sense of togetherness. Whether it's dancing at a wedding or gathering around the dinner table during Thanksgiving, these moments strengthen our bonds. And here's a fun fact. Did you know that festivals are actually proven to improve our mental well-being?
Really? That's fascinating.
Yes. Studies show that festivals, by bringing people together, reduce stress and boost happiness. The act of celebrating releases endorphins, or what we call the happy hormones. And when you're surrounded by family, friends, or even strangers celebrating something bigger than yourself, it fills you with a sense of belonging and joy. Isn't that amazing?
It really is. And that sense of belonging is so important, especially in today's world, where people often feel isolated or disconnected. Festivals bring us back to our communities, to something bigger than ourselves. It's a time to come together, to share stories, food, laughter, and even the struggles we've overcome.
Yes, it's that shared experience. No matter how different we are, when we celebrate festivals, we share a common story. Whether it's lighting up the sky with fireworks or sitting down for a feast, these rituals unite us in ways that nothing else can.
Exactly. And the best part? Festivals are universal. No matter where you are, in the world, every culture has something to celebrate. From religious festivals to harvest festivals, these moments reflect the diversity and richness of human life. They remind us that, no matter how different our customs might be, we all share a need to come together, to reflect, and to celebrate life.
That's so true, Adam. Festivals remind us that we're part of something bigger, something that's been passed down through generations. And in celebrating, we're not just honoring the past, we're also shaping the future. So, whether it's a traditional festival you've known since childhood or a new celebration you've embraced, festivals are a way to stay connected, stay joyful, and stay human.
Segment 2. Festivals as a way to learn culture and language. Now that we've talked about why festivals are so important, let's dive into something fascinating: how festivals can actually help us learn about different cultures and even new languages. Have you ever thought about that, Sophia?
Absolutely, Adam. Festivals are like an open window into a culture. Think about it. When you celebrate a festival, you're not just taking part in the fun and festivities, you're learning about the values, history, and traditions that shaped that culture. And if you're learning a new language, what better way to do it than by experiencing how people communicate during these celebrations?
Exactly. Festivals give you a real-world look into how people live, think, and express themselves. For instance, if you're learning English, understanding how Christmas or Thanksgiving is celebrated can help you pick up not just new vocabulary, but also how people interact socially. It's one thing to learn words in a classroom, but it's another to hear them in a real-life setting.
Right! When you're involved in a festival, you get exposed to a lot of different phrases, expressions, and even slang that people use in everyday life. For example, during Thanksgiving, people say things like giving thanks, feast, harvest, and gathering. These aren't words you might use every day, but they help you understand the cultural significance of the event and how people express gratitude and togetherness.
And what's really interesting is that festivals also show you the different emotions tied to language. Take Diwali, for example. You'll hear words like light, victory, and celebration, but beyond the words, you feel the joy, the excitement, the sense of renewal. That's something you can only truly learn by being part of the festival or even just learning about it.
Yes, language and culture are so closely connected, and festivals are a perfect example of that. Whether you're learning English, Spanish, or any other language, festivals give you a chance to practice how people actually speak. What they say to greet each other, how they talk about food, how they describe the activities they're doing.
And it's not just about learning new words, it's about understanding context. During festivals, people use certain words in specific situations. Like during Christmas, people say, Merry Christmas, or Happy Holidays. But you'll also hear phrases like season of giving, festive spirit, and holiday cheer. It's not just about vocabulary, it's learning how language brings people together in those moments.
That's so true. And if you think about it, festivals are like a crash course in both culture and language. Imagine celebrating Chinese New Year while learning Mandarin. You'd pick up phrases like Gong Xi Fa Kai, wishing you prosperity, and learn the cultural importance of red envelopes or dragon dances. Or if you're learning English, celebrating Halloween would teach you words like costume, trick or treat, or spooky, along with understanding the fun, playful side of the culture.
And festivals also teach you about traditions that are specific to a language or culture. For example, in Spanish-speaking countries, you'd celebrate Dia de los Muertos, the Day of the Dead, which honors ancestors and celebrates life and death. Through this, you'd learn not just words like calaveras, skulls, or altar, but you'd also understand how language reflects the deep respect for family and the afterlife.
Exactly. Festivals help us see how language is more than just words. It's about feelings, values, and connection. So if you're learning English, attending or learning about festivals from English-speaking cultures gives you a chance to see how people celebrate, what they value, and how they express themselves in these special moments.
That's why I always say festivals are the best way to learn. You're not just learning from a book, you're experiencing the language. You're hearing people laugh, share stories, sing songs, and talk about their lives. And when you connect with a culture through its festivals, the language you learn becomes so much more alive and real.
Segment 3. Social connection and emotional well-being. So, Adam, we've talked about how festivals help us learn culture and language, but there's another beautiful aspect to festivals: the way they connect us with others and improve our emotional well-being. Don't you think that's one of the most powerful parts of celebrating festivals?
Absolutely, Sophia. Festivals have this incredible way of bringing people together, whether it's families reuniting after months apart, friends gathering for a special occasion, or even strangers coming together to celebrate in public spaces. Festivals create a sense of togetherness that's hard to find in everyday life.
Yes. It's like festivals give us permission to pause our busy lives and truly connect with the people around us. We live in such a fast-paced world where we're always rushing from one task to another, and often we don't take enough time to really be present with our loved ones. But during a festival, everything slows down. People come home, families sit around the table, and even communities come alive with celebrations.
Exactly. And there's something so special about those shared moments. Think about the last time you celebrated a festival with your family or friends. Those are the memories that stay with us for years. The laughter, the shared meals, the traditions passed down, it all creates a feeling of belonging, and that sense of belonging is vital for our emotional well-being.
It's true. Festivals offer more than just fun or tradition. They give us a sense of community. Whether it's a small family gathering for Eid or a large public event like Holi, there's something magical about being surrounded by people who are sharing the same joy and excitement. And for people who feel isolated or disconnected, festivals are a chance to feel part of something bigger.
That's such an important point, Sophia. In today's world, many people struggle with feelings of loneliness or isolation. Festivals break through that. They create opportunities to connect. Even if you don't have family around, you can celebrate with friends, neighbors, or your community. It's a reminder that we're not alone, and that's incredibly powerful for our mental and emotional health.
Exactly. Festivals also help us reconnect with our emotions. When we celebrate, we feel a sense of joy, gratitude, and even nostalgia. These positive emotions are so important for our well-being. They lift us up, help us focus on the good things in life, and create lasting happiness. There's something about festivals that makes us feel like we're celebrating life itself, don't you think?
Totally. And let's not forget that festivals also allow us to express gratitude. Whether it's Thanksgiving, where people reflect on what they're thankful for, or a festival like Diwali, which celebrates the victory of light over darkness, festivals give us a chance to take a step back and appreciate what we have. Gratitude is so important for our emotional health. It's like a reset button that helps us focus on the positive.
Yes. And gratitude is something we don't practice enough in our everyday lives. But during festivals, we naturally reflect on the things we're grateful for, whether it's our family, our health, or simply the joy of being able to celebrate together. It's such a simple but powerful way to boost our emotional well-being.
And let's not forget about the fun. Celebrations are filled with laughter, joy, and excitement. Whether it's dancing during a wedding, playing games during Christmas, or the vibrant colors of Holi, festivals fill us with energy and positivity. That joy has a ripple effect. It improves our mood, strengthens our relationships, and even reduces stress.
Exactly. In fact, research shows that social connections and celebrations actually boost our mental health. When we celebrate together, we release endorphins, the body's feel-good chemicals. That's why you often feel so happy and energized after a festival. It's not just the food or the music, it's the human connection that makes us feel uplifted.
And even on a deeper level, festivals help us process emotions. Sometimes, festivals are tied to reflection, remembrance, or renewal. Think about festivals like Dia de los Muertos, where people honor the memory of loved ones. It's a chance to grieve, but also to celebrate life. These rituals help us work through emotions that we might not otherwise express.
Yes. It's like festivals. Allow us to connect with our emotional selves in ways that daily life doesn't always allow. We celebrate the highs, we remember the past, and we look forward to the future. It's such a holistic experience, emotional, social, and even spiritual.
Exactly, Sophia. Festivals aren't just about parties and decorations, they're about human connection. They remind us that we're part of a community, that we're not alone, and that there's always something to celebrate, no matter how big or small. And in a world that can sometimes feel overwhelming, that's the kind of emotional lift we all need.
So true, Adam. Festivals give us the chance to reconnect with others, with ourselves, and with the joy of life. Whether you're celebrating with family, friends, or a whole community, remember that these moments of connection are what make life so beautiful. Segment 4. The Joy of New Beginnings. Adam, one of my favorite things about festivals is how they often symbolize new beginnings. Whether it's starting a new year, welcoming a new season, or simply marking a fresh start in life, festivals remind us that every ending is just the beginning of something new. Don't you love that feeling?
Absolutely, Sophia. There's something so refreshing about the idea of starting over, and festivals capture that spirit perfectly. Take New Year's Eve, for example. It's not just about celebrating the end of the year, it's about looking forward to new opportunities, new adventures, and a chance to become a better version of yourself. That's what makes these moments so powerful.
Yes. The sense of renewal that comes with certain festivals is incredible. In many cultures, festivals like Diwali, for instance, are all about the triumph of light over darkness, and they symbolize the victory of good over evil. It's not just a celebration of the past, but a hopeful embrace of what's to come. The act of cleaning your home, lighting candles, and wearing new clothes, it's all part of preparing for a fresh start.
Exactly. And that idea of starting fresh can be so motivating. It's like festivals give us permission to leave behind what's old and embrace what's new. During Chinese New Year, for example, people clean their houses and get rid of old, unwanted things to clear space for good luck and new possibilities. There's something really empowering about letting go of the past and welcoming the future with open arms.
Yes. And it's not just about the external changes, there's an internal transformation as well. Festivals often inspire us to reflect on our lives, our choices, and our goals. Whether it's setting resolutions for the new year or reflecting on personal growth during Ramadan or Lent, festivals encourage us to look within and see where we can improve.
That's a great point, Sophia. The joy of new beginnings isn't just about starting something new, it's about personal growth. Festivals create a moment for us to pause and think about who we want to become. It's not just about the festivities or the traditions, it's about the emotional and spiritual reset that comes with these celebrations.
And I think that's what makes festivals so meaningful. They're not just a break from routine, they're an opportunity to start fresh, whether that's in your relationships, your career, or even your mindset. For many people, festivals are a time to reconnect with their goals and dreams and to reignite that hope for the future.
Exactly. That's what makes festivals so special. They bring with them a sense of optimism. There's this shared feeling of excitement in the air, this collective belief that something great is just around the corner. And that's such a powerful mindset to have, especially when you're trying to make changes in your life or reach new goals.
Yes. And it's not just about personal new beginnings. Festivals often mark new beginnings for communities as well. Think of harvest festivals like Pongal or Thanksgiving. These celebrations aren't just about the crops. They're about the new season, a new cycle of growth, and the community coming together to celebrate that renewal.
That's so true, Sophia. Festivals are about moving forward together. They remind us that even after challenges or setbacks, there's always a chance to start fresh. Whether it's a personal milestone, like a birthday, or a collective celebration, like New Year's or a religious festival, the message is the same. There's always room for growth and always hope for the future.
Exactly. And that's the beauty of festivals. They don't just celebrate the past, they look forward to what's next. So, whether you're lighting a candle, making a resolution, or simply gathering with loved ones, remember that Every festival is a celebration of the new beginnings we all need in life.
Segment 5. Learning from different cultures. All right, Sophia. Now let's dive into one of the most fascinating aspects of festivals, the opportunity they give us to learn from different cultures. Festivals are a fantastic way to experience the richness and diversity of traditions from around the world. What do you think?
I completely agree, Adam. Each festival tells a story, revealing unique beliefs, values, and practices that shape a culture. For example, when we celebrate festivals like Carnival in Brazil, we're not just enjoying the music and dancing. We're experiencing the heart and soul of Brazilian culture, its history, struggles, and resilience.
Exactly. And it's such a great way to appreciate the diversity of our world. Each festival reflects the history and identity of a community. Take Holi, the festival of colors in India. It's not just about throwing colored powders, it's a celebration of love, the arrival of spring, and the victory of good over evil. Participating in or learning about Holi gives us insights into Indian traditions and values.
Yes. And what's beautiful is that when we learn about these festivals, we also learn to appreciate the differences and similarities between cultures. For instance, Christmas and Diwali both celebrate light and joy, but the stories and rituals surrounding them are different. Understanding these differences helps us become more culturally aware and empathetic.
Absolutely. And it doesn't stop there. Festivals often introduce us to different languages, cuisines, and customs. When you experience a festival, you're likely to encounter new words in a different language, delicious foods, and traditional dances. This immersion helps us understand the culture on a deeper level.
Exactly. For instance, during Oktoberfest in Germany, you not only get to enjoy the famous beers and pretzels, but also learn about Bavarian culture through folk music, traditional attire like lederhosen, and customs associated with the celebration. It's an all-encompassing experience that expands our horizons.
And let's not forget how festivals often promote unity and coexistence. Many festivals invite participation from people of all backgrounds. For example, the Lantern Festival in China is celebrated by many communities, not just those of Chinese descent. This openness encourages cultural exchange and fosters understanding among different groups.
That's such an important point, Adam. Festivals can serve as a bridge between cultures. They create spaces where people can come together, share their traditions, and learn from one another. This cultural exchange enriches our lives and helps break down barriers that may exist in society.
Exactly. In our increasingly globalized world, understanding different cultures is more important than ever. Festivals teach us that, while we may have different customs and beliefs at the core, we all share the same emotions: joy, love, gratitude, and hope. That commonality can bring us together.
And this learning is a two-way street. When we participate in festivals from other cultures, we also share our own traditions. This exchange not only helps preserve cultural identities, but also encourages respect and appreciation for one another. It creates a rich tapestry of shared experiences.
Absolutely. It's all about creating connections. By learning from each other, we can find common ground, celebrate our differences, and promote harmony in our communities. That's the real beauty of festivals. They show us that diversity is something to be celebrated, not feared.
So, as we embrace the joy and excitement of festivals, let's also commit to learning from them. Whether it's through participating in celebrations, trying new foods, or simply asking questions about different traditions, every festival is an opportunity to grow and expand our understanding of the world. Segment 6. Festivals and Food. Now, Adam, we can't talk about festivals without diving into one of the most delicious aspects: food. Festivals and food are like two sides of the same coin. Every celebration has its signature dishes that not only tantalize our taste buds, but also carry rich cultural significance. What are your thoughts on this?
Oh, absolutely, Sophia. Food is such an integral part of any festival. It's not just about what's on the table, it's about the stories, traditions, and memories associated with those dishes. Take Thanksgiving, for example. The turkey, cranberry sauce, and pumpkin pie aren't just meals. They symbolize gratitude and togetherness.
Yes. And let's not forget the importance of family recipes that get passed down through generations. During festivals, families often come together in the kitchen, preparing traditional dishes. It's a time for bonding, sharing stories, and teaching younger generations about their heritage through food.
Exactly. And every culture has its unique festival foods that reflect its history and values. During Diwali, for instance, families prepare sweets like laddus and barfis, which symbolize the joy of togetherness and prosperity. Each bite carries a piece of cultural heritage, connecting people to their roots.
That's so true. Food can also be a form of celebration in itself. When you think of Mardi Gras, what comes to mind? King cakes and vibrant street food. These dishes reflect the spirit of the festival, fun, indulgence, and the joy of letting loose before the season of Lent begins.
And it's not just about taste, it's also about the aesthetics of food during festivals. The presentation often plays a huge role. Think of how colorful and vibrant food is during Holi, where you have sweets and snacks that are as visually stunning as they are delicious. It's like the food itself is part of the celebration.
Absolutely. And sharing food during festivals creates a sense of community. When people gather to celebrate, they bring their favorite dishes to share, and that communal aspect fosters connections. It's a reminder that food has the power to unite us, breaking down barriers and creating bonds.
Exactly. And let's not forget about food rituals. Many festivals have specific ways of preparing and enjoying food that hold symbolic meaning. For example, during Ramadan, the evening meal to break the fast, known as iftar, is a moment of communal prayer and gratitude. It's a time when families and communities come together, sharing not just food, but also their blessings.
That's a great point, Adam. These food rituals deepen our connection to the festival and our communities. They remind us of the values we hold dear, such as generosity, gratitude, and togetherness. Food is a language of love, and during festivals, that language is spoken loud and clear.
And let's not overlook the fun aspect of trying new foods during festivals. Attending a festival allows us to sample regional specialties and dishes we may not typically encounter. It's a chance to expand our palates and discover new flavors. For instance, visiting a food festival can introduce you to a variety of street foods from different cultures, each with its own unique story.
Exactly. Food festivals, like the Feast of San Gennaro in New York or the Taste of Chicago, showcase diverse culinary traditions and offer an opportunity for cultural exchange. It's a fun way to celebrate, explore, and appreciate different cuisines while connecting with people from various backgrounds.
So, as we celebrate festivals, let's also celebrate the food that brings us together. Whether it's a family gathering around the table or a community festival filled with diverse culinary delights, food is a vital part of the festival experience. It's a reminder that we're all connected by our shared love of good food and good company. Segment 7. The global nature of festivals. All right, Sophia, let's talk about the global nature of festivals. It's fascinating how festivals are celebrated not just in one country, but all around the world, often transcending cultural boundaries. What do you think makes festivals so universal?
That's a great question, Adam. At the core of it, I believe festivals celebrate fundamental human experiences: joy, love, gratitude, and community. These shared emotions are what connect us all, regardless of where we come from. It's incredible to see how different cultures interpret and express these feelings through their unique celebrations.
Exactly. Take New Year's celebrations, for instance. Almost every culture has its own way of ringing in the new year, from fireworks in Sydney to the ball drop in Times Square. to the quiet reflection of the Japanese shogatsu. Yet, the underlying theme is the same: hope for the future and a fresh start.
Absolutely. And think about how some festivals have crossed borders and gained international popularity. For example, Halloween has its roots in ancient Celtic traditions, but has become a global phenomenon. People all over the world now celebrate it with costumes, trick-or-treating, and spooky decorations.
That's a perfect example. And even festivals with specific cultural origins often welcome participation from people of all backgrounds. Take the Oktoberfest in Germany. While it's a Bavarian tradition, it attracts visitors from around the world who come to enjoy the beer, food, and lively atmosphere. It's a celebration that brings people together, no matter where they're from.
Exactly. This global aspect of festivals promotes cultural exchange. When people celebrate together, they learn from one another, share experiences, and break down stereotypes. It's a beautiful way to foster understanding and appreciation of different cultures.
And with technology, we're seeing an even more significant blending of festival traditions. For instance, social media allows people to share their festival experiences globally, showcasing their unique customs and inviting others to participate. It creates a sense of connection that transcends geographic boundaries.
Yes. Through platforms like Instagram and TikTok, we can see how festivals like Diwali, Eid, or Hanukkah are celebrated in different parts of the world. This exposure encourages curiosity and invites people to learn about and appreciate diverse cultures.
And let's not forget the role of migration in shaping festivals. As people move to new countries, they bring their traditions with them, creating multicultural celebrations. Cities like Toronto or London showcase this beautifully, with festivals that reflect the diverse communities living there. It's a reminder of how vibrant and dynamic cultural expressions can be.
Absolutely. Festivals like the Notting Hill Carnival in London celebrate Caribbean culture, while the Chinese New Year Parade in San Francisco highlights the rich heritage of the Asian community. These events not only preserve cultural traditions, but also educate the broader community about their significance.
In essence, the global nature of festivals enriches our lives and promotes a sense of unity. They remind us that, despite our differences, we share a common humanity. By participating in or simply learning about festivals from around the world, we celebrate not just our own culture, but the rich tapestry of traditions that exist globally.
All right, Adam. As we wrap up our discussion, I think it's time we share some of our favorite festival memories. These experiences really bring to life everything we've talked about: joy, connection, and cultural richness. I can't wait to hear yours. What's a memorable festival experience you've had?
Thanks, Sophia. One of my favorite memories has to be from last year's Diwali celebration. My family and I went all out, decorating the house with lights and diyas, preparing delicious sweets, and inviting friends over. The atmosphere was just electric. But the best part was when we lit fireworks in the backyard. The sky was filled with colors, and everyone was laughing and cheering. It felt magical, celebrating not just with family, but with our community. What about you?
That sounds amazing, Adam. For me, one of my favorite memories is from Christmas a few years ago. My family had this tradition of baking cookies together on Christmas Eve. We would spend hours in the kitchen, rolling dough, cutting out shapes, and decorating with icing. Once we finished, we would leave some cookies out for Santa and eat the rest while watching holiday movies. It was such a cozy and warm experience, filled with laughter and love. Those moments remind me of the joy of togetherness during the festive season.
Those kinds of traditions really make festivals special. They create lasting memories. Speaking of traditions, I also remember how my friends and I would dress up for Halloween every year. We'd spend weeks planning our costumes, and on Halloween night, we'd go trick-or-treating around the neighborhood. The excitement of running from house to house, collecting candy, and just enjoying the spooky decorations everywhere was unforgettable. Plus, I loved seeing all the creativity in everyone's costumes.
That sounds like so much fun. Halloween really brings out everyone's creativity. For me, another unforgettable memory is attending the Holly Festival. The energy was electric, with everyone throwing coloured powders and water at each other. I remember feeling so free and joyful, laughing with friends as we turned into a rainbow of colours. It was a beautiful celebration of love and friendship, and I felt so connected to everyone around me.
Wow, Holi sounds like an incredible experience. Festivals have that unique ability to create memories that stay with us forever. I also have a vivid memory of attending a cultural festival with my family where we learned about different countries and their traditions. There were food stalls, performances, and craft booths. We got to try dishes from around the world, and I even participated in a traditional dance workshop. It was such an enriching experience, and I loved seeing the diversity celebrated right in front of us.
That's a fantastic way to engage with different cultures. I think one of the best things about festivals is how they foster those shared experiences. Another memory I cherish is during the Lunar New Year, when my friends and I gathered for a big dinner. We all brought traditional dishes from our families. The table was filled with dumplings, rice cakes, and spring rolls, and we shared stories behind each dish. It was so heartwarming to see how food can connect us and celebrate our cultural heritages.
That sounds like such a lovely evening. It's moments like these that truly capture the essence of festivals, the joy of sharing, learning, and celebrating together. As we've discussed throughout this episode, festivals are not just about the celebrations themselves, but the memories we create with those we love.
Absolutely. So, whether it's through food, traditions, or shared experiences, festivals have a way of bringing people together and creating lasting memories. We encourage our listeners to reflect on their own favourite festival memories and the lessons they've learned from those experiences. Let's cherish those moments and continue to celebrate the beauty of our diverse traditions. As we come to the end of today's episode, I just want to take a moment to reflect on everything we've discussed about festivals and their significance in our lives. It's been such a rich and joyful conversation, hasn't it, Adam?
Absolutely, Sophia. We've explored so many aspects of festivals, from why we celebrate them and the cultural learning they provide, to the emotional connections we forge and the delightful foods we enjoy. Each festival is like a beautiful thread woven into the fabric of our lives, connecting us to our heritage and to one another.
And what I love the most is how festivals remind us that despite our differences, we share common values and emotions. They encourage us to celebrate together, embrace diversity, and create memories that last a lifetime. It's a wonderful reminder of our shared humanity.
Definitely. So, as we wrap up this episode, we encourage our listeners to take part in festivals, whether they are familiar or new to you. Dive into the experiences, try new foods, learn about different cultures, and most importantly, create memories with your loved ones.
Absolutely. And remember, you don't have to be a part of a specific culture to celebrate. Many festivals welcome everyone to join in the fun, and participating in them is a beautiful way to learn and grow. So, don't hesitate to step outside your comfort zone and embrace the vibrant tapestry of celebrations around you.
Before we go, we want to hear from you. Share your favorite festival memories with us in the comments or on our social media. We'd love to know what makes your celebrations special and how they have impacted your life.
Yes, and if you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to subscribe to our podcast so you never miss an episode. Join us next time as we explore more fascinating topics that connect us all and help us learn English together.
Thanks for joining us today. Let's keep celebrating the beauty of festivals and the connections they bring. Until next time, happy celebrating.
Happy celebrating, everyone!